rotate all together, it comes harder to play at. So I need to find like a new way of trying to split them up, but also surviving at the same time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get that. Oh, yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, cool. Epic pen, epic pen, epic pen. Yeah. So this has the potential to get really long, but I'll try and keep all of the code short so we cover all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually anyway, Pro VODs seem to be like very specific things, but usually I kind of have an idea going into a VOD, like what we actually need to improve on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but in general, how I break it down is relative to the comp. So what I do is four steps, which is number one is map. So what map we on, Idrisil. Number two is side, which means it's like purely for defense theory. Number three is our comp. What a lot of people do is they focus too much on the comp and disregard the other two things. But
Yeah.
obviously, again, from playing Penny, you would know that like map and side heavily impacts just the
Yes, yes,
entire.
yes.
And then the last thing is enemy comp. But I write this last because we don't know what the enemy comp is until second fight. You know, we can't plan for what the enemy team are gonna walk out on
Yeah.
until we've already taken a fight with them and we can hold tab and we can see what they're on. So first things first, your comp. How do you want to play this hero in this comp?
Well, what do I say? Do I say like what I normally do in solo queue? Because that's the only thing
Mm.
I go off because I don't have much experience in scrims.
Yeah,
So usually I'd probably hold the right staircase, under like inside, stop any DPS from going up there, and then if I can see an engage, I'll go for it.
as in like this area space.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Um, and how I would usually split up a team is based on like for simplicity's sake, dive, brawl, poke heroes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously a lot of these characters are hybrid characters. But from what I can see, they're very clear ground characters and then very clear mobile characters. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're like less mobile than your Deadpool and your Jeff, but you have the health pool. Um, so what this implies is, yeah, I would say that you can occupy these areas of space, even in organized. Um,
Yeah.
what I would say is the difference in organized is you can ask people for resources, you can ask people for splits, and
Yeah.
um, maybe not imp, but Luke, I feel like Luke has a good understanding of when to split and when not to split, just based on the fact that every single one of his heroes are the same. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
every hero that that guy plays is the same.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so combing splits and setups with Luke can be fine, and asking for resources and timing from Luke can be fine. I feel like that will help um a lot in general about the timing of stuff because from what I've
Yeah.
heard, Luke's timing is not bad. He actually does have a better understanding than most dive DPS players.
Yeah.
Um, so what is actually happening here?
Oh, I got caught out. Wait. Yeah. This is. Yeah. Go back. This. I got caught out here, but I think I live. I don't know how. I think I made like some noise.
Probably that 0.3 seconds.
Yeah.
That slam.
Like I was stood still, and they just insta went over for me.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunate. 'Cause, I mean,
Because
yeah,
this is
that's
where
just
I'm like
about getting it early.
confused. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just like what do I do here? Like what do I do here in this situation?
hmm This is the awkward thing, right? Because if you just stand here, your character's still getting shot for free. I would argue that you
Yeah.
still should be on this sort of lane. But
Mhm.
where I'm concerned is like the fact that we're on Jeff Invis, which means that a lot of them that they both might need to stay here, which means that you actually lack a lot of sustain.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
could you? I mean, again, this is like really, really small micro. Could you maybe ask for an Invis shield on this side and just tell legs not to move it, so at least that way you
Mm.
can hit here and then
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
back to the shield.
Yeah.
that might be a potential way to continue getting space. But again, here, you just can't do anything.
Yeah.
In situations where you can't do anything, I guess you can use a concept of being a battery, which is just taking
Mhm.
damage, living, you just going straight back to your support, charging up that support ult charge, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I definitely agree. There are some aspects here of you not
Yeah.
being able to do anything. Now, looking at the matchup, if you're unable to occupy this right side, that is when I would just drift back and play super passive and play for grabs. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? The one thing that I like about your comp is the fact that you guys can double grab. You can grab and then Emma can grab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and that's gonna get a lot of value when it comes to actually punishing the cap until death. And even here, yeah, you're gonna get more value from marking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think that you can get a lot of value from playing more passive at times. Whereas like
Mhm.
in ranked, pressuring their backline is probably most viable here. But like in
Yeah.
organized, you standing here and taking this fight and just being in line of sight of your supports is completely fine. So this area
Mhm.
of space here, I think is completely fine. You block, you live,
Yeah.
and this is just like being a battery, like I said, right? You're
Yeah.
actually helping with the ult charge.
Do
But
you think I
then
should play for more contesting angles and holding space and not really doing much
I would
instead
say
of
so, especially on
yeah.
defense, especially on defense.
Okay.
Because now you're doing a lot because Cap hasn't hit the back line even after one cycle, after one engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now even when he's going in, he's half HP, which means that he actually can't stay in for as long as he wants. He will
Mhm.
get forced out. And you can see that already happening.
Yeah.
Ah.
It was also the map that Luke said he was lagging or whatever.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
doesn't really matter.
I mean,
It's
I
just
wonder. Hmm. I don't want to bring up Penny, but I wonder if that first point is just straight up easier on Penny, though.
the
Um,
problem is you've gotta so look at the DPS, right?
yeah.
They have Phoenix Elsa. If I try and play Penny versus Phoenix Elsa, I'm gonna get hard poked out and I could
Mhm.
die through like heals.
Mhm. Then yeah,
It's
just
kind
play
of
for
like a
grabs.
group. It's kind of like a group, but like way easier to kill
Mhm.
because he has no CC immunity and no, whatever, like less HP, bigger, same hitbox almost.
Yeah. So we really struggle on these corners. Right now you're setting up top, but even so, this is a fight where you're still getting poked out. If someone can't hard like go on this Elsa angle, we're gonna
Mhm.
struggle to even contest this, I feel. Because she's already
Yeah.
forced your block. And this is where like the Namor comp and other sort of comps, we have to play off the back of the value that you're getting in terms of attention, right?
Mhm.
So if Elsa looks at you, that's when Jimbo needs to swing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but again, it's just very passive. I think one thing that you need to get used to is like
Mhm.
just the role that you're on and the characters that you're playing. You will experience a lot of downtime that would be bad in ranked, but
Yeah.
is not necessarily bad in organized. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, like sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm fucking useless here or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But actually, like you get a lot of value just from grabbing people that are looking to flank and getting Elsa to shoot you,
Mhm.
instead of like anyone else of value. Um, I mean that engage was fine. overstepping this choke, this is a no-go zone, right? Like that kill
Right.
is fine, but now we back, and I don't like this at
Yeah.
all. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because realistically, what is that one kill gonna? Yeah, that's crazy. That is good, and that's what Legs is talking about. Just stuff like that, right? Where it's like
Yeah.
that is just a tempo shift that you need to back. You need to back at that point. That pick is not even valuable. They spawn back in 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Whereas
Mhm.
you're not getting back for another probably 35. You know what I mean? 30, 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you need to understand that this happens from the cooldown trade. This is still linked to your death, right?
Yeah.
Like the enemy team are getting such a positive cooldown trade because there's less cooldowns from the start.
Mhm.
We have less cooldowns to just tank the damage, or even less cooldowns to force out their cooldowns. So right now we're seeing, okay, cool, we're getting a pick. But those, I guarantee you, Jimbo would not be taking that much damage if there was a rogue in front of him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it seems really small. But even this, if that cap wouldn't be there if there was a rogue in front of him. You
Yeah.
know? Um, cool. We got the Invisor out. So it's not a completely horrible fight overall. We should get another fight. But we are just getting out-tempoed for no reason because of a bad misplay at the start.
Mhm.
You know, I hate this skin because I always think it's an Invis in game. Like,
Yeah. I thought that as well.
and she just chunks half my health bar, and I'm like, oh, that's a different character.
This is boss, right?
I mean, right now we're just trying to stall, but it's still the enemy team almost have taken one fight. Um, and they're continuously popping, and they're completely fine to keep popping ults there because checkpoint means more than anything.
Mhm.
And I always say, like, on convoy, or in organized play, like the team that gets a better second point will just straight up win the entire game. Right now we didn't have a second point defense, so from here this is an extremely difficult game for us to win, especially if the enemy team gets as little as 2 fights on the second point defensively. You know?
Yeah.
There are definitely team elements here. The enemy team are just pressing ults before us a lot of the time, which is a big issue. Nice, nice. Where do we stand here?
This first corner, I think. I wanted to go a little bit further back. Because like I'm thinking I want to be playing that corner because I'm like worthless here because it's just too open.
Yeah,
Like if we go on the corner, I can hold the health pack. Yeah, this high ground here,
but
and
even
I
if
can also
you
use my ult from there.
again though, like what I would be thinking about is where would Cap attempt to engage from? Probably this side or this side, right? Standing back
Mhm.
here is like very passive, and you don't. Yeah, like again, where I would be personally is like either here or here. But
Yeah.
again, you're just marking a side lane. That's all your value should be. And what I
Right.
really like is it, it's transferable. It's a genuinely transferable to the penny as well, right?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I just want to point out that this is depending on the comp, right? If we had a Venom, your job is completely different. Even if we had a Thing, your job is
Yeah.
completely different. You'd be able to be
Yeah.
in a lot more, right?
Mhm.
But the issue is Venom and Thing are really good because they just take damage for free.
Yeah.
In a good way. Whereas the Deadpool can't really do that. Deadpool can't really go in and draw resources as well as Venom can. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
which means that you have to play to like again, it's the brawl fundamentals, but like brawl in a way where we're talking about the pennies of the game, the Angelas, the Hulks, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's how you have to play this. Nice. And I even like the grab for um just slowing someone down. The fact that they can't use certain cooldowns for a whole second is like
Mhm.
pretty strong. After this as well, I do want to show you something that I saw. I don't know if someone on the team already sent you the other pro codes that I've seen, but after like I turned this recording off, I saw pro codes and I really like how a certain dive team was holding certain um positions on the map, let's say.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's really good. It's something that I've taught, and I do think that is one of the best dive teams to take influence from, especially because they play full dive and not like disruption dive like Virtus Pro do.
Mhm.
Ugh.
I'm so sick of this hero already. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want it in my games anymore.
it feels very coin flippy. It's kind of scary. I don't know how much I like it being in play, but it's like obviously we saw Raz go 50 and 9 on the character yesterday, so it's like maybe we keep it
Yeah.
in, but then like when an
Everyone
enemy
else
has
suffers because of it.
yeah,
Like,
it is quite literally like Gambit though. It doesn't matter how good you are on that hero, like there will always be a team that can beat you on the comp just because the
yeah,
character is like just not real.
yeah.
I think don't continue to chase unless you have full resources. Again, batterying is a very good concept for you because
Mhm.
it will allow you to actually be full health when you have these engagements. On top of this, you'll actually have all your cooldowns, right? If you go back to
Yeah.
heal up, walk back, you're only on like a 1 second cooldown, you
Yep.
know? But from here, you're on big cooldowns, um, and half health. So just think about being that battery for your team because again, that's a very, very helpful that's a very,
Yeah.
very helpful concept. I will say as well, like, I want you to get to a stage where we are comfortable enough to just swap things in and out, in and out, in and out. So I want you to be able to look at this sort of game
Mhm.
and be confident enough to do something like lock the Hulk because your other heroes are banned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and just for nothing to have changed just because you're on like a different character. I would want you to understand what your role kind of is, but then just make the slight tweaks to what your character can actually do. But this was a good play, and I was afraid that people were gonna flame Luke for being on this character. But in my opinion, if you do this rollout and Luke is on Squirrel Girl, I think they should all die.
Mhm.
Um, again, this Squirrel Girl strat was run by like in the old Marvel Rivals Invitational. Twisted Minds had like Kaya and oh, I don't remember anyone else on the roster. But they played Venom Squirrel Girl, and it was really, really overpowered because they would go into the open and get dove by the Venom, then they would try and go into enclosed space, and then they would just get spammed out by the
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and they would play off the back of that, but like, how is like,
Everyone lived.
yeah, no flame, but that should not happen. We're actually down one. Whoa, 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 whoa.
How does this even happen? I just realized, like, they should all just die here, no?
If we do this set play, no joke, if we do this set play, I would argue that it should work 90 times out of 100. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, a squirrel is this side of cart, whereas if we angled it to here, then we probably kill everything. Yeah, 'cause look at that angle. Where does the bullets go? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
when we're
That's
looking
good.
at their kite out. If at least if we're shooting it this way. Wait, but why are we looking? Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Even thing gets out.
Yeah. I mean, squirrel is 110 per shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you do need to land 3 in a row, but like, I don't know what the splash damage
You have
is.
Jeff
Like,
Beam. You don't need. I don't think you need to land 3 because you have Jeff Beam doing
yeah,
constant tick damage.
yeah,
Probably like 2.
yeah. But again, like, I don't want this sort of creativity to be killed because I actually think it's a very good strat. But
And this is where I'm like kind of asking for everyone to walk over to their own chasing here. Like, because I can't get out now.
yeah, I mean, that's just a byproduct of us not converting the set play. So that's not an issue from where you went because you know you weren't really expecting that many people to be up and alive on your kite out because they shouldn't have been. Um, nice. Yeah, honestly, that wasn't anything to do with you. That entire 2 minutes, it wasn't anything to do with a misplay or anything like that. I think that's fine. Nice. Has Lex popped oh, yeah. We've not. Have
No,
we?
I don't think so. Actually, I don't know. No, we haven't.
That's kind of insane. How does that happen as well? I don't even know how that happens. Surely we have. No. Hmm? Wait, we popped a Jeff ult and we're 50 to that. Wait. Nah, yeah, we
Oh,
have,
you
we
did.
have.
Oh, you did.
But when? It's really unlucky. Honestly, he's doing quite well building up the ult if he's already 60 to his next, so I can't even complain,
Yeah.
but... But again, because we popped that Invis ult in a fight where they Jeff ulted and killed two, this next fight is expected for us to lose, like...
Yeah. That's another thing about this game. It's just so ult fight, like the lion.
Yeah.
Like if they have ult advantage, there's nothing you can really do. You just lose.
Mhm.
Got at least one more round in me.
I mean, there are ult-based comps and there are neutral-based comps.
Mhm.
But the issue is we're both on ult-based comps right now. Like it's just about charging Rocket ult or charging Elsa ult or charging, you know what I mean? We have one
Yeah.
neutral-based character, which is Spider-Man. Spider-Man can't do anything in the neutral on his own. You know. I
Mm.
actually really liked how Raz was pulling people in the, like his pulls yesterday were actually very strong.
Yeah.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Nice. It's fine.
Only 60 seconds left.
This is real firepower!
Wow, fancy seeing you here.
By the eye of
I mean, stuff. We need the Deadpool bubble to go on this corner. It's on this corner now. But I think that this corner should get every resource. We're talking bubbles, we're talking Jeff team up.
Mhm.
I think they all have to go to this stuff because we don't have a shield tank,
Yeah.
you know? And then on top of that, yeah, like we still need to stuff it. We still do need to stuff it. And I'm wondering if Raz should be harassing behind them instead of waiting for them to come through.
Yeah.
But no, this all seems like a team play thing more than anything. Because
Mhm.
right now we're 1v1ing the Jeff.
is real.
That's fine, I guess. How long are we taking that side fight? Nice. Oh, we just 1v1ing the Jeff the entire time? Yeah, we are.
Only 60 seconds left. Shields up.
Yeah, that Jeff was sustaining this corner, but I also do think that if we're fighting here, that Jeff is vulnerable in the first place, to be
Yeah.
honest. Whereas these guys are safe and enabling cart, you know? So
Mhm.
I would actually prefer for my Spider-Man to be on back. But again, not necessarily a you issue.
By the eye of Agamotto!
30 seconds. Stronger stuff than that. Down, will ya? All three vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
This is good. Didn't we get a pick here on top right, or am I
Think
tweaking?
we did. Yes, we did.
Nice, nice, nice. Again, I would view that as a successful fight. We're going
Yeah.
in,
Mhm.
they're forcing Invisol in a neutral. That's fine.
Put some pep in my step.
No one hurts Jeff. Oh, so many mystical creatures behind. You're halfway there. Keep going. Can't get serious, mate.
Fine.
Real firepower!
Nice. Yeah, so your attack theory makes a lot more sense, but it's a lot easier to get proactive value on attack.
Yeah.
And that actually raises me to the question. Because I don't think I necessarily need to see more from that map on attack.
Mhm.
Uh,
Friends have saved my life far more times than weapons. Even so, it's always nice to have a couple of
so here we have Animal Crossing backline, straight brawl comp. So we're not
Yeah,
diving.
I
You
was
should be.
calling the I was
Yeah.
calling the drop here. So we'd all group up below here,
Uh huh.
and then we can hit the bunker here.
Yeah, they're in a bunker. But this actually leads an interesting question. Do we need to finish the fight here?
Yeah.
You know, can't we just like, where does the enemy need to pass? The enemy needs to pass us to touch point, right? So can
Mhm.
we not just stand on this corner forever instead of walking into a
Yeah.
group comp? And that's what I would personally do. Because even now, those walls, in my opinion, are bad. A good wall would be if we overstep and then the wall is behind us. But these
Yeah.
walls, like, we could just step to the left as long as we commit. My rocket is even healing from here.
Mhm.
But then here we're forcing a fight. Yeah. We don't need to go in. But I like the
Yeah.
pathing. We're taking less damage and then just stand out here because, again, link it to the game mode. We're playing for map space. We're not playing for anything other than map space.
Yeah.
Now we're down. They soul bond. Fine. And again, our comp is really good at living. Like the
Yeah.
fact that we have, we're on a triple tank comp, you know, especially with
Mhm.
this rocket team up, where my Mr. Fantastic can go big whenever he wants, you know.
Yeah.
Pass up another chance to win.
We could just farm an ult, Jeff ult, constantly. But now they're outside of a bunker. Their comp is actually really bad when it comes to holding up like this. Necessarily, we split, we rotate in a way where we're taking less damage. This is a good rotation for bro. And again, they
Like I feel like I
automatic
can never go in here. Like I feel like I should be going in here.
because they're in the open. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second they back up to here, that's when we just pressure point, force them to
Mhm.
walk back out of point. That's the whole game. Let's get out.
Well, that's better. A gal can never capture more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Indoor rotation. What does it look like? We're going straight to point side. The only way they can hurt us badly is if they angle, and if they angle, they're not playing into their bunker win con.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just about rotating, taking a brawl, and then playing map space or pressuring point every time we play into this. That's if we're on this comp matchup. And then it's our ults that actually help anti-bunker. So
Mhm.
actually, before when we were rolling this out, I was like, we're just on a worse brawl comp into a better brawl. We're not gonna win. I actually do think that there is a way that we can play this macro very, very easily and then just win off of Elsa and Jeff ults constantly.
Yeah.
You know. And then even when they add him res, that's like the best use of our Mr. Fantastical, I think.
Mhm.
Nice, hit them. They popped ult. Might be time for you to back out. Nice wall. Nice. Nah, we got some really big Jeff ults as well.
Yeah.
Jeez. And that's a nice fight. We're talking about TP, TP if you die, TP if you die.
Mhm.
Now we want to play this very slow. Because we want to build ults for our TP recontest at least, right? So giving space is fine. Once again, if they walk out into the open, their comp is significantly worse. Significantly.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate though. But this is really good stall from our backline. That's really good stall from our backline. Yes? No, Mr. Fantastic. Feel like Mr. Fantastic should engage with a hump, like defensively hump you. You know what I mean? Just for
Yeah.
like the extra survivability. I
For
feel like
sure.
that should always be the play. Yeah. I think the micro there could definitely improve for the recontester.
Mhm.
Lost and just save. Just save for next round. There's a very clear vision here though. This comp is very easy to play around, on our comp, as long as we catch the enemy team in the open and not bunkering, and if they bunker, just play for our ult.
Yeah.
Diablo's hungry! Relay deployed! It ain't cheap! Shot to the soul! Tandy needs help. Hey, Diddy!
Nice fight. And we win that fight because we saved those ults.
Mhm. I kind of just fed though, right?
Yeah, like you walked past the Deadpool, and then you ran into their entire team.
Mhm.
But we ended up turning it. So I'm thinking about like, let me see this.
Like, how would I play this normally? Like just coming out of spawn. Because like this is a
Before
really
this,
open
yeah.
map. I don't like it.
So you're waiting, you're waiting. But what actually is the win condition here? What are we looking for? I assumed we were waiting for a loot kit, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, you just get blinded. I guess one little concept that I used to teach a bunch was if you engage and you see the enemy team receive the slightest amount of heals, just get out. You know,
Mhm.
that's your trigger. Oh, this is not winnable. That person's lives. So getting out there and then you get blinded. The second I see bubble cooldown out, that would be when I disengage. But again,
Right.
the enemy team did commit a lot of resources to use, which meant that we just strange ult. In my opinion, stacking the strange and the rocket ult is a bit of an overcommitment, but our ult economy is still very healthy. We have 3 ults, and we win with the next 3 ults, so we will pop them all.
Yeah.
Pull out fancy
I mean,
scenery here.
once again, they're receiving an ounce of heals, so we can just back up. We got the ult out. It's completely fine.
Let's do that again sometime.
The enemy team is so bad at recontesting. It's such a difficult comp, and that's why they're running so many kill ults, because they know that every now and then they'll win a fight off of Elsa or a Groot ult, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the only way they can win.
Us against the world.
Your team's caster progress has passed the halfway point. Control seized.
But the good thing about this is now we have 2 kill ults of our own. So it comes down to better Elsa ult or bigger strange ult. You know, do we hit the strange ult? Let's see. But this is where it's nerve-wracking, because in this game mode you can kind of tell if you miss a certain opportunity to win a fight. A lot of the time you can tell you lost the entire point, and it's like kind of hard to like mentally come back from it. This is really late into the fight. Is it killable? Now this is bad, because once again we've been bled out. Right, we've used this Elsa ult, which didn't convert to kills. We've used a strange that didn't convert to kills. Now we're using our sustain ult, which may convert to kills, but now they'll just Adam res it. Whoa, Legs is shooting there. Guy beamed him. But that's a really nice flip. We'll take that. We'll definitely take that.
It's like general pathing to hold on these big open stretches, but I think at this point I'm gonna swap in the future.
To Penny.
It's like I just have to like, yeah, like I just have to just eat damage here, I suppose, right? There's nothing
Yeah,
else to do.
probably. Don't like the cloak ult. I like cloak ult being matched for the Groot, surely.
You guys know.
Nice ult. Nice wall. There's a big amount of logic for it. I mean, yeah. That was a lot better in terms of engagements. The reason why I went into King of the Hill is like I wanted to see if your attack is better than your defense on King of the Hill, which is more of a 50-50 game mode, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But this map in general is really hard to retake. If we lose first fight, it's like real rough.
Wendy and I owe Wakanda big time for sponsoring our intergalactic honeymoon.
Yeah, rotate, go open, go point, go point, go point, go point, go point. Little safe.
Mission area is yours to capture now. A gap can never be too narrow.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the fights are very predictable. I liked how you hit the backline, but the enemy team were just able to trade. Which
Yeah.
should be harder for their comp than ours, I feel, because they have so many big cooldowns that after we sustain them, we should just be able to go straight back in. We don't really have big cooldowns like that. Now we don't have protocol for this, so this is lost. Fair enough. Now we should engage. Probably. I like the rocket to engage. I really don't like it to sustain.
Yeah, that's what we normally do anyway.
But this is what I was gonna say, right? Right now we're hitting a bunker. So this goes to point. Yeah. Like made them play for the open map space. That's the entire win condition versus team. So
Yeah.
even though we say, yeah, we're both alt fight teams, blah blah blah, like the enemy team's comp actually sucks in a neutral. Our comp doesn't suck in a neutral. You know?
Yeah.
Our comp is 10 times better than them in the neutral. They're confined to 25% of the map space. They're confined to like these big cooldowns. And if they don't have these big ults that can sway a fight, and if they don't land it, they'll lose. The issue is, it's just such a strong defensive comp, but the trade-off is their comp is really bad for attacking. Really bad for attacking.
Yeah.
What are you aiming at? I unleash the Ashantis.
I have 13 deaths this game. I feel like I just had. Is there anything I can like do? Like I'm 8 and 11.
Again, it's playing the map space, so you're actually getting engagements when teams are in the open. Even that fight, teams are backing up into the bunker, and there's a lot of time where they are just unpressured. So it comes down to clearing point, or even angling in ways like this, engaging from ways like this. Remember first point when I said actually your rotations are really good because we're dropping under and we're rotating and cutting across like that, which meant that we're not taking much damage. You guys
Yeah.
playing your first point was actually really strong, and arguably your pathing on first point was better than your pathing on second point. You know, but you ended up winning on second point. This comp is really like this map is really strong for bunkers because the bunkers can assist the point, which is not always going to be the case.
Yeah. I think it's like we always kind of want to play this map on scrims because it's a rough map.
Yeah. Again, you're like you can just look at the backline POV and it's just them being completely unpressured.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that my
Like,
Elsa has to
it's-
walk in the bunker is kind of aids.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
In my opinion, Strange actually gets a lot of value into that. Like those bunker setups, having a Strange sit on it is like really overpowered. So I would probably have to look at Jimbo's gameplay or Jimbo's POV to actually fix that. Because I think it's playable in our matchup. I think Strange just sits in front of the bunker and then you grab the tanks. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But no, it's not bad playstyle wise. That's something that you can carry forward because we struggle into bunker comps. But that's what scares me. We struggle into bunker comps, but the issue is every team is gonna run bunker against us because no team's gonna be able to outdive us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why it's an immediate sort of issue that we need to address because it's like, oh, kind of bad. And
Yeah.
I hate.
We should run full dive against the bunker at least, right? Like that's the comp we always win against this triple support stuff.
Mhm. And that's why I'm trying to really push in the group chat saying like, after Sunday, I don't want to see a comp that we've never played come into the cycle with our scrims because it's like, yeah, where that
Like, I
what
feel
what
like,
we
should
week
we not
3
be
of
protecting
MRC at this point?
Venom?
I mean our comp. Look, this tagline is still a good comp, right? I I just think Venom is so good. If you want me to be honest, I think Venom
Yeah.
is so good for everything.
I think so too, because then that also it literally enables everyone on our team. But
Mhm.
Jimbo doesn't want to protect it; he'd rather protect Jeff over Venom. He doesn't. I don't know if he
But
likes playing Venom.
I like the concept of protecting Jeff as well, though, because Jeff can benefit from Deadpool and Venom team ups, if that makes sense. And maybe a Venom save might lead them to banning Jeff. And I do think that Jeff is a very fluid, flexible part of our comp in general. So again, it's not even the fact, like, no one bans out Venom versus us, right? That often.
I mean, last scrim we did. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I think we played like 2 maps of Venom, and then they just started banning it. Like,
But my
last.
point is, I'm happy to protect the Jeff, but I do feel like if Venom is in play, we should be on it the large majority of the times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
any Deadpool. Like, even Imp yesterday asked me, do you think strap pool is viable? And I was like, we were rolling on it in J3 tournament. Like,
Yeah.
so of course it's viable, you know? And I was saying, like, bro, we're on the same patch as J3 tournament. I've not seen us lock in the thing, bro, ever, when that was like one of our best comps in J3 tournament,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like, the only difference is the fact that we have Raz, and like, Raz is like it's the same hero pool, but just with Elsa, and oh, okay, cool, broken hero, Elsa, you can put it in literally any comp, and it's fine. Um, so I don't know why we've been kind of led astray from other stuff because the system we created for J320 was like really good to the point where we were winning games where some of the best teams in the world are like Jeff Loki, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, the backline is kind of irrelevant. I like the Jeff, um, but I don't think that we need to overcook it compositionally.
Like, yeah, this is okay. This is like an example here is when we have Jeff, but we're not running Jeff. So it's like, why would we protect it?
Hmm
Yeah.
But why we not on Jeff is my
That's my question. I was asking them, yo, why are we not on Jeff? And Imp wanted double support ults here.
because they were saying because it's we're defending. I mean, I understand the logic, but I just think we need to adopt the mentality that is like we can literally win on anything, just play it properly. But the issue is we're not gonna build up any sort of macro if we're on a different thing every single map.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. Why are we still like? Why are we trying to do separate comps? We just adapt around one comp because then our macro is the same.
Yeah, I would say like max 6 comps, but like even like 6 comps sounds like a lot. But
It's but like variations though, not
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
separate
exactly,
comps.
exactly. So it's like cool. In my opinion, full dive, Adam triple, triple tank, and don't need to. We don't need anything else. Like I feel like that covers every single map.
Yeah.
Uh,
I keep like we never lose on the Venom stuff. I swear, like we never like and even then it's very rare that we lose.
yeah. You know what? I would even go a step further and even like Venom Penny stuff in general is like even with
It's
you on
good.
Penny
That
with
that
Venom, it's like
L7
really
map.
strong. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember where I can like control lanes and stop them from going in bunkers and stuff. It like heavy screws them when they're playing versus die.
Mhm.
It's like your logic where you was like with the squirrel goal comp, right? Where the squirrel goal stops them from going into bunkers, whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's basically that, but you prevent them from going in the first place, so they don't even walk in the bunkers. Like, what's the
Exactly.
difference?
Yeah. I remember I was on your POV this map, and this was really good in general because you were just controlling lanes and you're running around the map and just like
Yeah, and then
making
they
it
didn't
awkward.
like me flanking on the last point, whatever. Even though I thought I was taking good trades, I think Phoenix even solo ults me this game and doesn't even kill me.
Yeah, so to answer that, I actually do think that the reason why they said that was just based on how like we did overcomplicate it a little bit, and I do agree for that final fight. Technically, it wasn't even final fight. We got held there in front of choke for like 3 minutes. Just play
Yeah.
for 6 ults and just hard win. I don't know why we always try and like think that these fights are winnable. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
cool. I don't mind thinking if these fights are winnable when we're in control of the point and it's king of the hill. You know? I don't
Yeah.
care overcommitting more for like an extra 10%. But like when it's payload, like there are certain parts of the map that we should not be losing. You
Yeah.
know? So like
Yeah.
even second point, like if a team pushes cart to here, or even if a team pushes cart to here, we just straight up shouldn't lose that. Even if a team
Mhm.
pushes card to here, we shouldn't lose it. It's only when it is around here that it's losable. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
if you go
Yeah.
to third point, again, it's only when it's here that it's losable.
Yeah.
If
The
card is
choke is
here,
like the best part for us.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
Penny as well.
That's
Like
what
a
I'm
single
saying.
setup player.
If like their setup cannot be behind the choke, which means that their setup is their backs pressed against the wall.
Yeah.
So it's like illegal that we lose that map, in general. But yeah,
Here's
it's
a map
good.
where I felt like I was playing well on, but we couldn't, I don't know, convert it into a win.
Yeah.
Like I'm also
I think there's a lot
I'm
of
trying to control the right lane here, so they can't go down that like what they did.
Didn't you kill someone with this out?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like I've only started doing this last scrim because I've thinking of ways to play this hero.
But
in
yeah, no,
coordinated settings.
no, you could technically do the same stuff on Rogue. It's just worse, right? So that's when you
Yeah.
should choose what character you
Because I have more
play.
dive flexibility with Rogue, but more
Uh huh.
like flexibility and angles that I can hold on Penny, because more mobility at the nest.
Yep.
So much better for holding off angles, holding angles for dive. But Rogue is just better at like diving, pressuring backline over Penny.
But even so, you're playing it very disruptive. You're still hitting the backline on this Penny here. You're just slowing them down slightly, which is like not even worse. Yeah, like you're actually, you know what I mean? Like, you say that Rogue is better at diving backline, but I'm just watching you kill the entire backline right now. That
Mobility
is
doesn't
fine.
work when I die. That's the bad
I-
part. Is
I would
like when
TP.
they turn, it's getting out because it's actually the definition of unlucky if I can't
Yeah.
get out.
Here you need to TP.
TP, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
we
yeah,
did
yeah.
TP. We did TP, no?
Yeah, but I think the fact that it's
No, I mean like we TP'd last fight. I don't think we had.
oh,
Did we? I can't. Oh no.
well, Jimbo's going.
Oh. Oh yeah, my bad then.
It's fine. It's not the worst. I just want to see how scuffed our recontest is, cause yeah, even now you're dying, right? Which means that you're. That's the scuff touch. My invis has to touch. Ugh. You know? Ah, we sustained it well. Oh, and we just C9 even though we win.
Yeah, we actually. I was like wondering how the hell did we see this fight? Like how did we see
Yeah. They were saying they got pushed.
Yeah. Or it was by Angela or something. I actually have no idea what happened.
Whoa. Nice. If you grab Deadpool, what pass does it? What does it give you?
It doesn't give me anything.
Okay.
It gives me the cooldown reset instead.
All right. Cool. 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 Because I was gonna say its only real power is like healing factor. Surely it doesn't give you as passive. Imagine if
Yeah,
your
it
health
should
bar
get
just
its
jumped
passive.
up. Yeah.
It should. Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe in a future update they might have it.
Yeah. Once again, I want you to think more about lane control. Where would you be on Penny? You would probably have your setup here on main, no? Is your setup on main here on Penny, or is it right
Yeah,
side?
it'd probably be in ranked. It'd probably be main. But if I'm thinking coordinate, I'd probably set up the high ground.
Okay.
But again,
Yeah.
the one problem is with setting up high ground is the Elsa can just come up there and kill me. Like it's not close. That's
Yeah.
the problem with lane control when I'm like I'm slightly separated enough so I don't get heals. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Maybe you could set up mines as like almost like alarms, you know, to like scout when they're actually taking top. So that's when you can send your team to rotate around and clear top again, and we could
Yeah.
all just jump back down, something like that. The
You can
thing
even
is,
get an invis shield. Like if I get an invis shield, I think it's playable.
yeah,
It's for invis shield.
I think that's one thing that you could do quite a lot.
So I should be asking for like invis shield and stuff like that more.
I mean, a poke DPS would do that, right? So like, we're not ever on poke, really,
Yeah.
which means that you could probably afford to do that.
Yeah, like who else would this shield go on? Other than just
Probably
fucking
Raz
Blade?
hair, but like when we're on Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Daredevil,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably just straight up you every single time, no? Side angle. At least then you can even stack a lane on your with your mobile DPS, and you guys can just go back to it like it's a health pack. You know what I mean?
This'll do
Mhm.
mighty fine. Down to 30 seconds. Cover! You own nothing!
I swear I was looking for the rocket here. I was like, what the hell is this guy?
A gap can never be too helpful.
Style late on point.
Stop them! The final 10 seconds.
Okay, now that it's past the choke, you just can't engage until super late. When your teammates contact up main, that's when you go out.
Mhm.
You'll have to keep fighting
In my opinion, I would wait for my Emma. Wait for the Emma ult.
into
Because
okay.
the enemy team will like,
that vehicle.
I'm a,
I think, yeah, they start chasing.
I mean, it's not the worst. Fine, you're chilling, you're chilling.
Mhm.
There's still a chance to
Still waiting on my Emma, still waiting on my Emma, still waiting. That's crazy. What is actually happening?
Like it's hard to find these timings. Like
Yeah.
they're always probably thinking like, oh, maybe I should have gone. My team's dying. I swear that's what I was thinking. It's like my team's 5v6. Do I like engage? Do I wait? Or...
I mean, surely you just, oh my god. That's just crazy.
That's not good.
I
We
mean,
didn't even get a fight. Yeah, this is where I went in because I was like, my team's kind of losing. I should probably do something.
that just
right?
needs to be 10 times early, and then they bubble it when we're on first engage. First engage, I saw Bubble already get popped, which meant that he got his bubble cooldown back before we even used the ult. Oh, it's just late. Yeah, I mean, maybe you could come and make it just more clear that you're waiting for that ult to happen before you can do anything.
Yeah. I guess. Well, so you think I should like calm what I want the team to do so I can do something, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's how it should be, right? We have a habit of telling our teammates to swap the character, but we don't even ask each other for anything in the moment. We don't ask each other if we're ready or anything like that. I think that's what they did really well in the J3 tournament, because they was like, you know what I mean, asking for
Yeah.
if we're ready and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But Raz doesn't speak. He doesn't speak. You know?
Wait, go back, go back, go back. Wait, go to the spawn phase. Back, back, back. Just for context for later.
This spider controlling may seem small, but fierce. Just like me. Time for some fireworks.
I swear we win the point off
30
this as well.
seconds before you attack.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Why do you insist on staying with your fool of a husband when you could rule the world at my side?
My God.
Reed saves the world countless times each week. Almost as often as you fail to conquer it. Not yet, but keep working, and that could change. The battle starts in 5.
And where does that go?
In the smoke in the back right corner. Of the point.
Here.
Yep.
Oh my God.
It's evil. It don't go in that one. It just goes in that one.
Yeah.
I think it kills the cloak here.
Capture the mission area. Got it?
Yeah, I killed the cloak.
Wait. Let's look at the Aziz POV. Does he turn around and see his cloak just Die? Yeah.
A shield? Oh, why not? Time for
A
some
shortcut.
fireworks.
What?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I got kidnapped.
Once again, I would probably TP from now.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if we started winning and I.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine. Fine, fine, fine.
We're better when we work together.
Yeah, this is where I start doing my own thing, just like.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
I don't know if this is. Everyone was saying that to not do this, but I feel like it's worked.
So much better.
Hey, look at this. Watch. Watch the attention trade I got on this.
This is gonna hurt.
Power beyond sight.
Yeah, I don't hate it as long as you can get out and live.
So much better.
But now we're behind them. Is there a sort of play that we can make? Yeah. These are the individual plays that I really, really like, and this is gonna catch a lot of people off guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what to do, spiders?
I like it because it relates back to the tempo that we look to hold, right? It allows us to push up super, super far. We need to make sure that we get it right. So right now, this is just mainly setup phase. I don't think we need to go any further than this.
I mean, I'm hard comment for us to walk up here. This is why, because I can. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much better for me to hold this doorway than to try and hold this like long hallway.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Like, I would set up here. Cover this, cover this, cover this.
They can't hurt us now. This is gonna hurt.
Oh my gosh.
By the eye of Agamotto.
No fade.
Us against the world.
Unfortunate. It's not a bad push.
I needed that.
Now this is dangerous because we are on a 2-tank setup and both of my tanks are behind the enemy
yeah,
team.
yeah.
Which
Yeah,
means
this is
that,
cooked.
yeah, we are not going to be able to do anything from here. But we win this fight fairly quickly, I believe. That's unfortunate.
I guess we make space by just full sending it here on the back line.
Nice. Yeah, this was big. Look at the lineup. I was specking this. He was like, they're all dead. He was like, they're all dead.
Like, but that's like, that's so coin flippy though. like,
Yeah.
like they could just do that to us, or they could just completely miss, or Razor could completely miss. They could hit us. It's like,
No, it's true. But this is important because this is like, you're seeing a trend on what's actually working and what's not.
yeah.
Here, I would argue that it didn't work at a certain point. I didn't even know there was a health back there, by the way. I had no idea there's a health back there.
Yeah, I guess I'll lose.
So that's value. But this fits into the, oh my god. This fits into the win condition of like, us getting a whole bunch of value from forcing a better ult advantage, right? They've
Mhm.
just used a Phoenix ult, which is a decent ult, in trade for our ult that doesn't really do anything. Now the issue
Yeah.
is we're now committing. I guess from now, let's see if we can just run them over with tempo. This is the only fight in the 3 minutes that I'm happy for us to just overcommit to attempt to win. But from here, the second we lose, it should become very obvious that we should just play for an Auticon. I was surprised that by this point we're still getting Deadpool upgrades.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, we're at the end of the game.
And now from here, okay, the enemy team wins one fight. Both teams are at equal. Oh,
Probably should have won this though. Shouldn't have come anymore. Guys. Like I felt like if we have setup here, like would they? I don't know.
but right now we're already down numbers, so it's fine.
Yeah.
This entire 1 minute ordeal was like completely fine. Now we just play for better ult economy and we should just stomp them. Like this should be a very easy 2 minutes.
Mhm.
We just don't press anything.
This is also where I ult the. I think I ult the choke here.
Elsa's down, just go back, because this is where you're gonna stagger. You
Mhm.
know? Because the enemy team are happy to search because it's downtime here. Nice. Fair enough. It's the viability of you popping out just to run away.
It's actually like, that's an actual thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing you kind of want to do with it a lot of the time.
But then here we imp engage, which means that we're down.
This is
An
the
ult.
fight where I was like, yo, we should have won this. Like, we should have convincingly won this.
The issue is we opened with our defensible. That's like, I can already tell that's the issue. Because look, now we're down 2 defensibles, and guess what? They're on 3 supports, you know? Because they're on this Captain America comp.
Because I had full ult and Neff on point, and I forced Invisible out because their tanks can't live on it. So we should just win. Right? That's like my thought process behind it. Because the thing is, when I set up, even though the ult is like horribly bad, in
Yeah.
situations like this is the, like the niche scenarios where this ult is really, really good.
Yeah, we need to go for an aggressive play with the Penny ult and see if we can bait them into thinking that there's enough
Yeah.
pressure to actually commit
Because
one of their
tanks have
defensibles.
to walk up onto the nest to touch, which
Yeah.
means that they have to support ult it to live.
Mhm.
But we lost, so.
Yeah, I mean, another thing that you could do if you can get slightly better at like explaining your plans and explaining how you would like people to play around it instead of just saying like walk, 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 push, you know?
Mhm.
If you can plan fights around your penny engagements, then we might have a little bit of success because that's one thing that we lack. We actually don't really have a fight planner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think
I think I've
Luke
been the
and
only
Legs
one
are,
planning fights
yeah,
so far.
yeah. I was gonna say like Luke comments on his own plays. Legs, I think, has the best sort of understanding of how fights should play out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, with
Yeah,
you go on
usually
a,
out of spawn, I'm calling where to go.
yeah, pathing and stuff, which is fine because
Yeah.
I think I like that. And if you tell your team to path in one way, you can then choose to just go alone. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
But no, that's good. It's definitely not a bad structure. For you, it's just lane control. Don't be afraid not to get value at all periods of time. But
Mhm.
what I want you to do is just have that switch where you're able to like make these penny plays, but don't force it for the duration of the rest of the game. You know what I mean? You wanna
Yeah.
just find your moments every 45 seconds or something like that where you can go in and go for these plays, blah 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 blah. But we just need to
Mhm.
link it back to the win condition and the game mode and stuff like that.
Is it worth taking the attention trade and playing like this aid playstyle versus teams? You would say.
Yeah, definitely, very worth. Because this is how we trick people into believing that we're like better than we are, right? Even if we're playing dive comp, it's just pressure. It's a lot of teams will see how fast we're running in on them, and they might not even realize how badly we're using our cooldowns or stuff like that. It's just gonna be like,
Mm.
oh, we're setting up super early, we're hitting super early, we're winning fights super early, and they feel like they can't do anything. Um, when actually that's not necessarily the case. If you go on these plays like this and it's getting value, it's a fine line between like being a genius player and being troll, you know? If
Yeah,
we do
yeah,
these
it is.
plays, they're
It
gonna
is.
think, oh my god, this copy guy is crazy, you know what I mean? But then if you're
Yeah.
trolling, they're gonna be like, what are they doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, um,